Patrol.
Where did you dig that up?
That's Junior Brown.
Wow.
That's college stuff.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
I like that. I never heard it before.
No, it's good stuff. Old Junior Brown.
Well, this is Uneducated. It is Friday, October 29th.
29th. It's
October 29th.
Is it Hallows Eves?
No, not yet. It's the eve of
It's
the
the
Halloween.
Eve of the
Yeah.
So that means NEC should have a thing.
We should, because since we have an Eve service.
Since we
for
have
Christmas.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Well, it is Friday, and so we are here, and we had this grand plan of talking about Martin Luther and the Reformation since back in 1517 on October 31st. That's when Martin Luther tacked his 95 Thesis on the doors of the church in Wittenberg in protest against the Catholic Church, that you could be saved outside of the Catholic Church, and it was by faith alone, not in works, that you would be saved. So we're going to talk about Martin Luther and that whole Reformation thing today, but Ralph realized that he would be in the air flying to his destination and said he couldn't be here, so he asked if we could change that to next week. Are you okay with that, Matt, if we change that to next week?
Oh, I like to break out Martin Luther any chance I get. Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm not really a Martin Luther fan. I mean, everybody. I have this problem with putting men and women on pedestals as if they are special.
My my special favorite work of his was The Jews and Their Lies.
Well, he wrote that at the end of his life, and Ralph seems.
Well,
to think
that's when that's when you're wisest.
Yeah. Well, Ralph seems to think he had dementia.
Well, or urinary tract infection.
Which probably was why he kept seeing people all the time. Because urinary tract infections do that.
Give you hallucinations.
Oh, they do. Oh, my. So I think today what we're going to do is we're going to talk briefly about the Halloween thing. Because Brandon asked, why don't we do a thing on Halloween? And then, look, can you show the seat over there, Matt?
That couch is empty.
Empty.
Yeah.
So it's
He's
just
got to bring back tables and chairs
Yeah.
for the church's Halloween
Yes.
Festival.
Harvest party.
Harvest party.
Yeah. We call
Isn't
it
it a
harvest
Reformation party?
party. No, it's just harvest.
Ah.
We like to be Jewish in this fact that we
Celebrate the cycles of the moon.
yes. Mm-hmm. So
good.
it's all a mess, to be honest with you. I think anytime we hold up days as sacred or whatever, it's
Or
it's
people.
a mess. Or people, it becomes a mess.
But it could just be the Jews and their lies.
Yeah. So it could be. Yeah, and they do have a lot of lies. Let's see. I just want to read Deuteronomy chapter 18, and I'm going to.
You go ahead, because we've said that when you read the Bible online, it's some of the most fascinating material that we have.
Yes, it is. So this is Deuteronomy chapter 18, verses 9 through 11. And for those of you that feel like the Old Testament is obsolete, you don't have to listen to this.
No, Andy Stanley.
Yeah, and you don't even have to believe it, and you don't even have to follow it. Matter of fact, you have fun and do what you want to do this Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
But just take a listen here in chapter 18, verses 9 through 11. So when you enter the land which the Lord your God gives you, you shall not learn to imitate the detestable things of those nations. There shall not be found among you anyone who makes his son or his daughter pass through the fire, one who uses divination, one who practices witchcraft, or one who interprets omens, or a sorcerer, or one who casts a spell, or a medium, or a spiritist, or one who calls up the dead. For whoever does these things is detestable to the Lord, and because of these detestable things, the Lord your God will drive them out before you. You shall be blameless before the Lord your God. For those nations which you shall dispossess, listen to those who practice witchcraft and to diviners. But as for you, the Lord your God has not allowed you to do so. So I think it's pretty clear that the theme of Halloween is
Pumpkins.
Yes, pumpkins and cornucopias.
Pumpkin flavored beer and coffee.
And coffee, yes. Mm-hmm. But it has nothing to do with ghouls and goblins, right?
No, like most, pretty much now it's Princess Anna.
Okay.
And I've seen a Batman and a Superman or two.
Okay.
So I don't know what all the hubbub's about.
I don't either, and I don't see any extra kind of horror movies coming out around this time
No.
of year. Do you?
No.
I mean,
No.
I did see the new Michael Meyer one where the lady's going to try to kill him. Like,
Oh,
I think
she's
gonna
gonna
kill
do
him.
it this time.
Yeah, and who is that? Who's starring in that? She's really familiar, but I can't remember her.
You've studied more than I have.
Brandon, you know the new Halloween movie coming out? Do you know who that lady is that's starring in that?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Yep, that's her.
She's still alive.
Yeah, and she's going to kill Michael Myers.
Is she a smoking hot old lady?
No. I don't even know if she was a smoking hot young lady, was she?
In True Lies.
True Lies.
Was that with Schwarzenegger?
Yeah. Right? Me and my brother, we played that one whenever mom and dad were home a few times.
Did they have the VHS and you just
Yeah.
weren't allowed to watch it?
We used to record movies from, what was that, Video One?
5 movies for 5 days for 5 nights.
Yeah, boom. 5 recordings.
Oh, that's funny. Brandon, your breakfast is downstairs if you want to grab it and eat. While you're
Yeah,
home.
I'll grab it.
All right. So
Yeah, so Jamie Lee Curtis, they brought her back.
Jamie Lee Curtis, they brought her back. I think she's going to kill Michael Myers for the last time. And maybe he'll come back, or maybe she'll become.
When was the original Halloween?
Oh man,
74?
was it that long ago?
6?
Probably.
It's in there.
Wow.
At least early 80s. So.
Yeah.
I want it 79. It had to be in
Yeah.
the 70s.
And you know I
But
haven't
she was
seen-
in that one.
Was she?
That was like her breakout role.
Oh really? Okay, so that makes sense. That's why she's so ticked off. She's like, I'm done with this, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill this dude.
Right.
Yeah. So and I haven't, like, if I'm driving around, I haven't seen any billboards like promoting like haunted houses either. Have
I'm
you?
gonna kill this guy in my 60s.
Yeah, right. I couldn't do it when I was younger. Have you seen the, I think it's the Geico commercials where
Let's hide behind those chainsaws.
that's
That's
hilarious.
a good idea.
That's hilarious. They're like, why don't we just get in the running car?
That's so stupid. We should hide behind the chainsaws.
And then the look on the guy's face that's gonna kill him, right? He's just like, they're idiots. Oh, I love it.
That is a good. See, now that's funny.
It is funny. It is. But, you know, some people will look at the Old Testament and they'll say, oh, come on, Brian. There's nothing wrong with Halloween. It's not that big a deal. Kids just want to have fun and go get candy and dress up like their favorite star or whatever. The problem is that you are taking part in exactly what Deuteronomy chapter 18, verses 9 through 14 talks about. You're taking part in nations and cultures of people that believe in this spiritism stuff.
Yeah, whether
and
you
this
like it or
demonic-
not.
Yeah, whether you like it or not, you are taking part in it.
That's what this time is for.
Yeah, right. And you know what's interesting is it's all about the kids. It's about the kids going around and getting candy and stuff. And look what it says here: "You shall not offer your kids to the fires of the god of Molech." Well, we're not offering our kids. You are. You're sending them down a road of influence into this whole demonic realm when you let them participate in Halloween.
I think the gateway drug is the witch.
Yeah, it talks about witchcraft in here.
But like you can dress your kid up as a witch and it's innocuous, or you're dressing your kid up as the practicer of evil,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, unless they're a good witch.
Because then, like, once you accept witches, yeah, there are good witches, quote unquote. My mom always told me before she got saved that's what she wanted to be, a good witch.
So, is she a good witch now?
She's okay witch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope your dad's not watching because I'm going to be in big trouble. I'm not saying she's a witch. I'm going down the road you were going. So,
And I immediately followed yours.
I know. I'm sorry. Your mom is not a witch.
No.
We're
Well,
just-
she's a good witch.
she's a good witch. Because she knows Jesus, I guess. That's why.
So anyway, but then once you accept, like, the witch is the human interface to evil, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, once you accept that in spirits, you're pretty much there.
Right.
Which I'll acknowledge there's spirits. There's
sure. Yeah.
demons and heavenlies, where
Right.
the Bible tells us there is.
Right.
So we know that's a thing.
Yeah.
Are our relatives walking around? I don't think so. Okay. So, but you take a little bit of mid-century Catholicism where people weren't educated, so they thought grandma was hiding up in the
Yeah.
and combined it with the channeler and the spooky woman in the forest who
Right.
divined,
Right.
and you're doing Halloween.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
I told you guys what we did when I was at Toledo my freshman year in college, right? On Halloween.
You with your Ouija board.
They had we had a seance. The RA brought in some person that was going to do a seance for us downstairs in the basement of the building we were in. So we all went down to the seance, and we were like, oh, this is lame, nothing's happening. So we went upstairs, and I mean, by God's grace, maybe it has affected me and I just don't know it, but
Did you hear the door to hell open? Like,
no,
does
we
it make a
didn't.
noise?
I don't think so. But we went in our room, one of our dorm rooms, and we drew. Actually, it was my dorm room that I was having with my roommate, and we drew a huge pentagram on the floor, and then we borrowed a Ouija board from downstairs at the seance. We brought that up, and we did the Ouija board in the middle of this pentagram, trying to see. Like the one kid that was across the street, he's on there and he goes, "Come on, Satan, we want to see if you're real." He's like, show up. And I was like, I'm sitting there going, and I had enough Christian background to go,
Maybe we shouldn't do this.
maybe we shouldn't, but at the same time, I was,
Let's see how it goes.
I was 18, and I
Yeah.
thought, no big deal. Not good. That stuff's not good to play around with.
Were you precariously by the door, so in case it got stupid, you could just run out?
No, we had the door shut with the lights out and candles and stuff. It was ugly.
So if he showed up and drove you all crazy until you ran yourselves into the wall and just killed yourself,
Right.
you'd have been in a pile of bodies.
We would have, probably, yeah. I always wondered that year why I got put on probation and my grades dropped. But I carried a 1.9 that first semester.
That's something really to
It's passing, right?
No,
no.
it's not. I went into Toledo with a 3 something, I think. Maybe a 2.9, but I left there not very good.
I think you need like a 2.3.
Just to, yeah.
Yeah,
to even
just
be.
to eke it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to stand and have a piece of paper,
Yeah.
and they call you doctor.
Yeah.
What's a doctor? What do they call a doctor with a 2.3 grade point average?
Doctor.
Doctor.
Yeah. And that's scary. That's scary. Maybe we should have doctors going around, people dressing up like doctors for Halloween. And then they just have a report card and it says C on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I gotta see.
Yeah. So I don't know what you boys want to do with this, but maybe there's some comments online, but
This is settled in your mind. The Bible says don't do it.
I think Christians that practice Halloween, you're not going to hurt your children. You're not going to scar them for life.
What about the ones that say, "But Brian, you pull a Festivus pole into your house every year,
Yeah.
and you put presents under it. You
Yeah.
cover that tree with love and care
Yeah.
and candles."
Well, the last time I checked, a tree itself has nothing demonic about it. I'm not worshiping a spirit or
Yeah,
Satan.
but this is just another form of paganism that you're accepting in your life.
Yeah, okay, so spirits and demons and witchcraft, that's paganism. Trees are not paganism.
Yeah, but who
Symbolism.
did the did the trees?
Well, from my understanding, if you go back and look at it, the first Christmas tree that was brought in, as far as from a Christian perspective, was by Martin Luther. And he was walking home one night after a revival meeting, and he saw the stars. He was looking through the forest, and he saw the stars twinkling like in the midst of the forest, and it looked like candles hanging from the limbs of each tree. So he literally went home, cut a tree down, put it in his house, and they hung candles on the trees, which is not a fire hazard. So if you want to try it this year, go for
Not
it.
in a green tree.
Not a green tree, right.
Yeah, you listen. If you're one of those people that doesn't water your tree, don't do this.
Right. And then of course later on in that mix, it changed and they put garland around it and they did different things. But early on, that was really the first thing. Just he saw the beauty and the magnificence of God's creation in that midst, so he kind of reproduced that in his home. at Christmas time
That's
for
the
that.
first time I've ever heard that story.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the star
I
mean
have to look it up. What star?
on top that you put?
That led the wise men to the Jesus.
The North Star, yeah.
The North Star, you
Is that,
silly.
is that what that is?
Yeah. Unless of
Oh,
course you want to steal
he
it
got
from
saved
pagan.
earlier this year. He hasn't made it to the Christmas season yet.
Oh, that's
You'll
right.
learn all about it.
Yeah. You'll learn all about
That's
that.
end of the year activities.
And the wreath is the never-ending life cycle, you know, because it goes around in a circle and it's green. So that's why you put a wreath out. Now the present thing is something that also is it. I mean, you give presents based on the fact that Christ gave presents, gave the gift of salvation to us. But I think the whole gift thing is really overrated, and I think it's too much, to be honest.
I personally think wives should buy husbands a nice pistol for Christmas.
That would be good.
I second that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
I think that's what Jesus would have wanted.
And possibly give them at least an hour massage.
Oh, we don't need that.
Well,
You do whatever you want, Brian.
I just need my back rubbed and stuff. You know.
Listen. Once you get a pistol and ammo, you don't have time for massage.
Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, Matt, about the Christmas tree and about other... and
Well,
so-
you know that's an argument, right?
It is an argument.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Or
so...
why are
Easter.
we doing? Yeah, we got
But I don't do the eggs and the
Ishtar
baskets.
and
Yeah.
No, we don't.
I get it.
Um,
Now, we do have Christmas trees here at the church. People put Christmas trees up. We have a giving tree that we hang stuff on. But again, see, I don't see that, like, we're not worshiping the tree.
right.
We're not using it as a symbolic measure of
Yeah,
any
but I'm
kind
not
of worship.
worshiping ghosts and goblins either. I'm just having fun with it.
But you're taking part in a culture and an event that does worship those things, though.
I'm
Christmas
not.
can be the
I'm
same
just
way.
going door to door in a costume getting candy. I don't know what you're so upset about.
I'm not upset. You can do whatever you want, but I think it's wrong. I think it's just steeping our children in.
How else are the kids going to get apples with razor blades in them, Brian?
Well, you can find other ways. I mean, I'll put a razor blade in if you want.
Don't say that.
Oh, I won't say it. All right. But
You know,
and I still don't understand how you hide a razor blade in an apple.
you know that it's been found that is something high, like 80 or 90% of those events that occurred that made all those stories
Yeah.
were family doing it to their own family.
Really?
Yes.
I never even heard that.
The person putting a razor blade in your apple is probably related to you
That is interesting.
in odds of how it actually happened.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. And it might be just because of the close proximity of where people are going to get their candy. Because I remember when we were kids, we would always go in
They're
areas
next to the razor blades
that our parents knew. People our parents knew. That's where we would go. And
Yeah.
we'd go along this street and along that street, and they would drive us and follow along, and we would do that.
Right.
So, I mean, if you want to take part in spirits and the witchcraft and all that stuff, I mean, have at it. Happy Halloween. But that's not been for our family. We don't.
Where
do
are
that.
you with watching a scary movie in July?
I don't like watching scary movies. Period. Even when the advertisements come on, I either turn them or the boys will turn them. But I've never liked my boys doing that. Now, one thing I will say though is which I do not like, but my boys have watched for a while now. Are you guys familiar with the Disney show Wizards of Waverly Place?
No, is that one of them teen angst shows?
Yeah, it's a
Teen Poppy show?
Yeah, and they're all wizards and they do all that stuff. I don't like that stuff either. I don't like the Harry Potter and the wizard stuff.
We don't do that, but we will do Blippi.
What's Blippi?
He's kind of like a gay guy that shows you how excavators work. I'm not joking. Look it up.
Lippy?
He
Blippi.
seriously is a gay guy?
Yeah, I don't know how he can't be a twink. There's no way he's not.
Really?
Oh, man.
Interesting.
Yeah. Blippi. Blippee. Blippe. He wears like a rainbow clown suit almost. No makeup.
So it's like Bananas in Pajamas.
Big
remember those
plastic
guys.
glasses. No.
You don't remember Bananas
Yeah,
in
that's
Pajamas?
Blippi.
Oh. He
Yeah.
seems fun.
Looks straight.
Well,
He
listen.
looks straight.
Listen. If you go back in time to the Blues Clues guy
Mm-hmm.
and then to
Suicide.
what's the other guy? Pee Wee Herman
Child molester.
all that stuff ends up.
It's messed up.
It all ends up in something bad. So I don't know. But back to Halloween.
Back to Halloween.
People can do what they want. That's just my personal preference. I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's good. I think it's just a waste.
I
of time.
agree with you, Brian. I was playing devil's advocate there.
Brandon, you got any thoughts on that?
I was watching something yesterday, and that John Ramirez guy, remember him? I showed you some of his stuff.
I think so, yeah.
He was like an ex-Satanist.
Uh-huh.
And he was saying how a lot of people, a lot of like witches will like do spells and stuff over their candy when they give it to kids.
Nice.
Whether it does anything or not, I don't know. But
Yeah. Well, I would think it changes the high fructose corn syrup back into sugar.
maybe. I don't know.
I'm just saying. I don't know. Well,
So if you're a saved household
yeah.
and you happen to participate in Halloween, because let's face it, I think that happens, and you get some divined over candy, what happens? What's the net result?
Well, ultimately, Christ saves us. However, we can have places where we open up doors for demonic attack, I think. So I don't know what would happen. I really don't.
Wouldn't it be cool if you woke up in the middle of the night and you had to pee and you go downstairs and there's like a ghost eating the candy? And he's like, I was waiting for you. They prayed me in the bag. I'm out. You know, like, wouldn't that be fun?
It would be good if it was that simple, yeah. Like if you could just find them like that. Because then you could have a little conversation and be like, well, I really wasn't expecting this.
And he's supposed to be like, boo. And you're like, I just had to pee. I'm going back to bed.
Yeah. Who was the old time Christian that said he got up, he heard something rustling in the middle of the night, and he got up and lit his lantern and walked down the hallway and saw a black figure, and then he said, "Oh, it's just you," and he turned around and went back to bed.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's how you be about it right there.
So
Oh, you're wasting my time.
yeah. So Witch Diane up the street, she gave us this candy, and it did open up a spirit, but we're not going to be bothered by it because we love Jesus.
Okay.
So maybe that's what happens. I don't know. And I get the whole thing too, but I think you gotta draw some lines, and everybody draws lines different. So if you celebrate Halloween, don't feel bad because I just poo-pooed the whole thing. But at least
Maybe our church isn't for you.
that's possible. Yeah, because you can't go to a church where a pastor doesn't believe in Halloween if you do.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to be, if you're going to be divided on anything, make sure you divide yourself on Halloween.
Listen, if you
Like
also
not
want
whether
to make,
Jesus.
if you also want to make a big deal on Mother's Day,
Uh-huh.
we may not be for you.
We're not for you.
No.
Yeah.
Mother's Day and Halloween,
Yeah.
they're almost synonymous.
Yeah. It's almost not even talked about, either one of them. Yeah. Matter of fact, I don't even know if on Mother's Day we even say, "Hey, Happy Mother's Day," do we?
I don't. Yeah, you do. You break down at the service, and you do.
Well, I always tell
You don't individually Happy Mother's Day people,
right.
but you're always like, Happy Mother's Day, but we should love you every day.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
if you're a child and you have a mother and this is the only day you love her, shame on you
Yeah.
because you're not very nice.
Then there's always some tears from people who are convicted.
Yeah. And then there's always people, of course, you have to be sensitive because there's always people who don't have a mother, whether they never had a mother or if their mother
If
died.
you're here, you had a mom.
No, I mean like they
Oh.
never knew their mom,
Okay.
like in that sense.
There's only one who didn't have a mother.
Right, you're right. Well, technically, he
Technically,
did.
he did.
Yeah, he did. And she's now the mother of God, is what she's called according to the Catholic Church. And she's the Queen of Heaven.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Does that go along with Halloween?
Well, that's kind of odd that if Jesus is King of Heaven and his mother's Queen of Heaven, aren't the
How
King
does
and Queen
that
married?
work?
Aren't they married? How do you
No,
marry your
I never
mother?
put that together. That's a good question.
That's a little strange. So we're looking at a lot of weird things today, I guess. But again,
Were you a Halloween reveler?
Not much. Maybe a little bit, but not much.
Do you like scary stuff?
I used to.
Yeah.
Not no more.
why not? Tell us why.
Well, you can just see how dark it is now, and I don't like to participate in any of that
So
stuff.
what was
and
your fascination with it prior?
I think there was a nice thrill of being scared.
Scared.
Yeah. That little bit of adrenaline or what's behind the corner or, stuff like that.
If
And I think that's why so many people are drawn to it. They like that.
if you knew you couldn't get out of it, like if you knew once you entered it you were stuck forever, would you still participate?
No.
Okay.
And I think that's
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like we could just. When I was a baby or smaller, I used to take diaper pins and stick them in the electric socket, just so I would get a tickle,
nice.
and that's what you're doing on Halloween.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because you can, theoretically can walk away. I could have shocked myself to death, but what do you know when you're like 4?
Did you ever bite down on a cord, bite through it?
For what?
Like,
No.
it's a child. You're just biting on a cord and it shocks you.
Oh no, did you?
No, but I know somebody that did.
Are you kidding?
Scarred him, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid. How long do you got to leave your kid in the yard to go through an extension cord?
I don't know. Well, I mean, let's
think
face it. There's cords out, right? So it could happen to anybody, I guess, technically. But do you remember your dad's dog?
I don't, but I heard about it.
She dug. It was raining, and she dug up a cable, bit into it, and Bob came home, and the dog's like fried on this cable.
Jeez.
It was terrible, man. As we laugh about it, it's like it was terrible. Sorry.
No, you got to do it at least once every couple months.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we can switch gears. And again, I just take a look at Deuteronomy 18:9 through 12. Take a look at some of the passages on divination. To even take a look at the New Testament. I don't know. I mean, I think Jesus' followers had a problem with taking part in anything that was in any way demonic or had any kind of feel going towards the demonic realm. The Christmas tree thing, I get. If Jesus came down and said, "Hey, Brian, Christmas trees are evil and demonic. I don't want them in your house," then I think I would. Well, and I don't think I know I would not have one. It'd be done. But I don't see the relation of a Christmas tree the same as Halloween.
No, I
and what's going
don't
on.
either. And I also like Christmas trees. So.
And they are pretty.
Yeah, they're not scary.
Yeah. And again, too, the other thing is, too, the enemy will always try to hijack all of these things. So there's no reason why we can't celebrate the harvest. There's no reason why we can't celebrate this time of year, which is part of the feasts which God had created to bring in the harvest and celebrate the
Is
things.
there a Jewish feast that goes on now? What is it?
Yeah. It's the Feast of Harvest. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there was just listen, innately, not innately. Innately, is that a word? I don't think it is.
Nate's at school right now. I don't know what you want with him, but
Inherent to us.
okay, inherent to us.
I don't know. I guess you can feel seasons, right? You can feel there is a mood, obviously, because that's what they capitalize on when they advertise to us. There is a mood.
Presence.
Yeah, like when you're going into fall. Like one of my favorite times is fall, because I think more like what it means. Like I'm getting ready to go hang out in my house, and I don't have to go outside because it's gonna be cold and yucky.
Right.
But like fall is associated with death and the passage of time, and then winter's bad, right? Winter is a metaphor for the end. But yet, I think I don't mind winter. But there's a feel in the air when spring comes around. It is that bunnies and
Right.
Ishtar rejuvenation of the earth.
Right.
So I think we all. I don't want to say we want to celebrate or participate, but we all do participate in the end. I mean, we're all doing the thing, and we all have our rituals.
Right.
Like I stack firewood.
Right.
I mean, that happens every year. So I just think that
Is that in order to burn your children or anything?
no,
Oh, okay.
it's the heat.
So there's nothing wrong with
to
it.
heat my home. No, I'm just saying. There's seasons and times that we even use it as a metaphor for life. You know,
Right.
a person in, the winter of their life is coming to the, hole in the ground.
Right.
So, I feel like we have it in us to do something with it, is where I'm going here.
Yeah.
But it's no different than the series we just came off of about, is there a God? Or when we were trying to talk maybe about atheism versus belief, like we just have these things are in us,
Right.
in the environment that we're in, and we end up Halloween when I was a kid, and you could attest, it came up like this, and then it was gone.
Yeah.
But so did Christmas. Really, if you think about it,
Right.
we're getting ready for Christmas now in July. But when I was a kid, we would get ready for Christmas like December 1st. There'd be a talk about it. I
Right.
don't even think there were ads on television when we were that young.
Right. Right.
It was like the last 2 weeks before Christmas.
Yeah.
There would be toys and then that's when Mom would get out the tree and da da da. Halloween literally was like, "Hey kids, we're gonna have a Halloween party next week." "Oh yeah, I forgot all about it. There's a thing. I'll gotta get a costume." So everybody would run to Revco and get their costume
Right.
on the Monday before the Thursday of Halloween.
Right.
And a bag of candy, and then you go in and you have your party, and then it was like a birthday party. It was here, gone, over, done. We have, in our need to celebrate and participate, and we have a lot of money, and we don't have to survive as hard anymore. We have turned Halloween into a month-long thing, Christmas into a 3-month thing.
Right.
We're going to start hearing about Valentine's Day as soon as New Year's over. Like
Easter.
That's our thing. That's
Yeah.
what we do now.
And it has been marketed, glamorized, and perverted, all these holidays, for the purpose of greed and
Materialism.
money and materialism.
Materialism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all there.
So I think, it's just one bad frothy brew of, materialism. But then you have the death culture.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get around it.
And I think just in response to like everything that you just said, that's probably why the Christians do like what God said here is he talks about you are not to practice the things that the nations practice. And ultimately, I think Christians need to come out and be different. Like when we practice Christmas, we should be practicing the art of kindness and love and generosity and doing the things that Christ did. When it's harvest time or this time of the year in the fall, we should be practicing it. So our whole life is a practice of everything that Jesus taught and everything
But that's
he
what I'm
is.
saying. We don't have to harvest anymore.
No.
So your average person has a disconnect with what this time of year means or meant.
Right. That's true. That is
You
true.
know.
Yeah. Because their harvest, they just go and buy it at Walmart or Aldi's.
What do you want for dinner tonight, McDonald's or McDonald's?
Yeah. I think they harvest some camel. And it's in their meat. They still have camel in their meat, McDonald's?
I know that their chicken McNuggets are only 22% chicken.
Nice.
Yeah. That's,
What's the other
That's it?
yeah.
What's the other 88%?
No way.
They did like DNA test. You can look this stuff up. People run
Or
the
72%, right?
meat products through like a
72.
spectron microscope, and it's only like 22% chicken protein. The rest of it's garbage.
It's filler, byproduct filler. right?
Gonna be garbage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, then they also acknowledge they have plastic in their burgers. They put
No.
yes. McDonald's has plastic in their burgers.
Where'd you see that?
That's the old one. That's
Really?
that's back before Alex Jones was for real.
Yeah. Well, I say then go to Jack in the Box hamburgers where you can get at least E. coli.
There was plastic in the Subway bread.
What?
Yeah. There's a filler.
Are you sure it's not high fructose corn syrup,
It
which is pretty close to plastic?
These people don't deny these things. These things
Yeah.
are out there. They don't deny them. That's why people stopped going to Subway. Like 5 years ago, it was a whole thing. You didn't hear this?
No, I did not.
Plastic fillers in the bread of Subway.
Wow.
What about Arby's?
Allegedly.
Yeah, what about Arby's and their big roast beef?
Don't even get me started. That stuff's grown in a petri dish. Allegedly.
It's not even real beef, right?
No, taste it. It's rubber. Listen, Listen, if you came to my house and I served you that lump of whatever that is and
Yeah.
said, "What do you think?" You'd be like, "Oh, it's really good, rubber." Like, it's not good.
Right.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Well, I don't know. I would read your Bibles and make sure that how you're living is the way Jesus would want you to live.
What verse is it says we're going to starve even though there's tons of food around? Because I think we're there.
I don't know that there's a verse like that. We're going to starve because there's tons of food around?
Even though there's tons of food around. Isn't that a thing? Isn't that Revelation?
I know Revelation talks about you not being able to buy or sell if you take the mark. I know Revelation
but
does
isn't
talk
there-
about like there
Isn't
will
there
be.
a thing where you'll be hungry, but
Marinetraffic.com,
okay? You want me to do this now?
please.
Marinetraffic.com. All those two viewers out there right now, look this up with us. I don't know what we're doing here, but this is exciting. I almost feel like it's a Halloween treat.
So this is everything, all the boats right now.
Are these all of our Halloween goods that aren't
So-
getting here on time?
That's ridiculous. I have a mask somewhere out there.
Unzoom there.
Is it going to make me register?
No. Look at that.
Holy cats.
Okay, so when this whole thing goes down, the Bible does talk about the ships, a third of the ships in the ocean being destroyed. And then when the wormwood comes, all the ships in the ocean will be destroyed because it'll hit the waters and all the ships will be destroyed in the ocean.
Holy cow. You know, the same thing with airplanes.
What, they're
All
sitting in the
the-
water too?
That's
No,
crazy.
ding dong. All the airplanes in the air.
Oh, they're flying. I forgot.
That is crazy. What does that have to do with Arby's and their roast beef?
We're not going to be able to get product. So they're all docked. They ain't doing nothing.
Is that what it normally looks like? Can we go back in time and see what one looked like 5 years ago?
I don't
Listen,
know.
these down here. Hold on. That should go away. Stop seeing this ad. No, not interested in this ad.
Well, we would like to show you it.
Yeah, but I want to see the screen.
Didn't that the guy of Florida say, "Hey, bring the boats
Yes.
over here"?
Then there was I saw a news story. This cargo ship is cruising up like in between condos. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
What's his name?
Cruz?
No. DeSantis.
DeSantis, yeah.
DeSantis is like, bring your cargo ships here, we'll unload them. And so they're showing these cargo ships entering ports in like Miami and stuff.
Yeah, they're going to load them. What are they going to do with them?
They're gonna unload them.
Well,
So people can get their product.
Why? Okay, so why aren't they being unloaded? That is the question then. Why aren't they being unloaded?
COVID. Nobody's working.
Wow.
That's the excuse. That's the
Wow.
company lying.
Wow. Well, listen, we need our stuff.
Gosh darn it.
This is ridiculous.
There are people. There are companies that are renting boats and containers. Like they're going out and buying them themselves to get their product over here.
Wow.
Wow.
And
Are there any refugees on those ships too at the same time?
There's not supposed to be. We deal Chinese machinery. We're 2 months behind.
Really?
Yeah. Like they're not coming in. They're coming in, it's just very slow.
Well,
They won't unload the containers. The boats are did you see the Facebook meme? It's like Biden finally got his boat parade. And they're showing all the cargo ships off the coast of California. There's tons of them.
that's good.
Let's see if we can look that up.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's not just Halloween. Christmas we'll get our stuff eventually. I mean, everybody will be okay. But what's going to happen here is it's obviously going to cause, because all that stuff on the ships are not all non-perishable, right? Some of that stuff's got to be perishable stuff.
I would think.
So eventually you're dropping that stuff somewhere.
Dude, see all this? These are all cargo ships that are waiting to get unloaded. Images.
What if a big storm comes up? Where are they all going?
Look at this.
This is not. Yeah, that's crazy.
And look how big these things are.
I know.
And they just, I mean, if you think about when the American economy was on a roll, these there's a nonstop back and forth of these things.
What you said about that food, the food going up.
Yeah.
My gosh, is it going up?
Oh yeah.
My
Between
dog
inflation and not.
My dog food went up $10 a bag.
Yeah, everything.
Well, remember those pizzas we got at Costco?
Yeah,
They were 10 something, and then
$3 a bag. $3.
they went up $3.
Yeah.
Just in like a matter of a month, not even.
A couple weeks.
Yeah.
Cargo ships are so full of ports, they're struggling to unload them. Because they don't have the workers there. Now,
Right.
I'd like to propose something. That people who take medicines may not be with us anymore, and that diminishes population of workers. So that's why no one's working, because they got rid of the government money, right? So why still aren't people going back to work?
Well, they should be now with this new
Cookie.
infrastructure plan.
Is that what we're all waiting for? Yeah.
Because you can get a job sitting at home pushing a button that I guess makes all this infrastructure stuff go up. So you could wake up in the morning, make your smoothie, push a button,
What is that?
Go watch, The View or TV or something.
Scooby-Doo
Scooby-Doo.
with the dogs.
I know Phil is really cheap right now.
Fuel?
Phil.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fuel's cheap.
Uh-huh. I paid $3.79 for kerosene the other day. Again.
No, listen. Any year,
It's cheap.
the ports are broken. We still have the vid.
Yeah.
Gas is $1.20 more a gallon. People are at each other's throats.
Food's up 30%.
Food's up 30%. Yeah. No, I'd say we're a great success.
Yep. And let's face it, the world is getting warmer by a degree or a half a degree or whatever that is.
So, our illustrious leader is headed to, this weekend is one of those big high-power world leader meetings. Not Davos, but like a Davos. And that's what we're gonna throw ourselves on the altar if we pollute too much. And we're not gonna do that no more.
Okay.
Like, I heard that it's literally getting impossible to borrow money as a oil driller. A year ago, we were exporting energy. This year, we don't have any. How does that happen in a year?
I don't know.
Yes. We shut off pipelines. We
Yeah.
don't fund things.
Right.
It's crazy.
So that will give us a plug just real quick for not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday, November 7th. We're starting a new Sunday school class called Prepared 101.
Oh, like for emergencies?
Yeah.
Like a tornado or a flood?
Tornado or a flood, something
Yeah.
bad that would happen. Just having, maybe a month supply of food and necessities and things like that. And then maybe even having a plan that if that month, things ran out and it went 2 months, you might have a plan of how to restock
Keep
those
going.
things. Keep going.
Yeah.
Maybe to fish or to hunt or, to do something to keep
And
your
as the
family.
church, we want to help others as well.
Right. So if you're prepared and the whole church is prepared, then maybe we can help others at the
Right.
same time.
Exactly.
So we're going to be talking about that for about 5 weeks starting November 7th.
That sounds like fun.
So, yeah, I think it will be. I think you and Brandon are taking one of the sessions, right?
Are we?
Yeah. You guys are going to talk about that. So you guys probably should put your heads together and get prepared because do you guys want to start the first one? Do you guys want to head off or you want me to start the first one and then
if we make the class too exciting, no one will want to go the rest of them.
That's true. All right, so I'll start make it really boring, and then no one will come back.
Yeah.
But then we'll tease them and
Bring
say,
show and tell
Oh,
pieces.
there's gonna be show and tell pieces.
yeah. So we'll bring show and tell, and then Bob Hanasowski is going to come and do one on hunting and fishing,
Okay.
and then I think your mom and Esther, I'm going to try and make sure they get together. They're going to do one on canning, but it's just going to be like the basics, showing people how they might do it. And then maybe if people are interested, they'll do an entire Saturday where they have class where they can.
Okay.
Show people how to can and stuff. So I
And
think
we'll
that would be
store
fun.
all of this under our front porches like the Mormons.
That'd probably be a good idea. The only problem is I have a beaver that's he's made his home under my front porch. And I'm just wondering, is he able to turn the lids off of those?
I think he might be able to.
Because they're
Their
strong.
tails are powerful.
They are, yeah.
I think he'll just bust it open.
Wow.
I don't really think he has much etiquette.
Yeah. So I probably need at least a few extra for him
There you go.
to keep him happy. Put the rest in a box. Well, yeah. So again, don't let this be a dividing point. If you're a Halloween person, we love you anyway.
Maybe whatever you would spend on holiday Halloween parties and trick or treating and
Decorations.
decorations, like
Spend it on vitamins.
yeah, buy vitamins or buy, emergency things.
Yeah.
Like, just in case.
Right.
I mean, with food going up, so Glenn Beck had Mansfield yesterday on his radar.
Mansfield, Ohio? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Empty shelves. The empty shelf thing is starting to become more and more common.
Uh-huh. You can't get paper plates at Aldi's, just so you know.
Don't start a run. Don't start a run on paper
Okay.
plates.
And listen, in one of these prep things, we're not telling anybody about the private places we know about.
Oh, is that?
Those are secret.
That's our secret.
Because if too many people know about those places,
Yeah.
then they'll come and take the stuff.
The fact that you just mentioned them, we should punch you in the face. Now they know at least something exists. They're going to hold you down and torture you.
Oh,
You're going to give up our sources.
I'd never give anything up. You can do whatever you want. I won't give it up.
So my neighbor learned a lesson in this. He found a thing that helps you get over the vid thing,
Yeah.
a way to find it.
Mm-hmm.
And he told some people at work, and the whole shop found out. Then they were kind of coming after him, asking him how they could also obtain these things.
Oh.
Yeah, and
That's
he's
not
like,
good.
I'm like, you cannot
No.
open your mouth.
Uh-uh.
You cannot. Get yourself ready to handle emergency.
Have some extra.
Have some extra so you can help those in need. Yeah, but like, if we're going to look at how crazy people got about no toilet paper.
Right.
Okay,
By the way, Costco is out of toilet paper, too. Can't get it.
Brian single-handedly starting runs on stuff. Anyway, can you imagine if you can't find food, or if they do want to get rid of meat because it's not the Green New Deal?
Right.
Let's go to Costco.
We're all so used to eating meat.
Does this make you want to go buy stuff when you start talking about this? Really? But dude, I mean, think about it.
You really want to buy something when the show's over.
You don't.
I don't like going to Costco.
So here's what I do. If I keep as little amount
Oh, that was freaky.
of stock on hand at my house,
Yeah,
nobody's coming to kill me for it.
probably not. But after that stock runs out, me and Matt will hear.
Why would we hear that, Brandon?
Because somebody doesn't have no food to eat.
Yeah. Well, actually, I've learned how to be content with or without. That's what Paul
So
said.
listen, this is why I'm growing. I'm growing all the weeds along my fence really high,
It's a good idea,
so he can go eat those.
There you go.
and I'll be happy with it.
You go trim down that fence like a goat. Let me
Yeah.
know when you're done.
And I've heard you might want to plant some stinging nettle because stinging nettle is supposed to be one of the most nutritious weeds around.
Stinging nettle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just don't want to eat it raw. I think you have to cook it and stuff. But anyway, weeds would be good. You have to know how to forage for weeds and stuff eventually.
Hey,
if you would.
my grandmother used to make dandelion soup. I
Yep.
know that can be a thing.
Yep. There's actually an old lady on YouTube. I came across her, and she literally talks about how they ate during the Depression and dandelions. I don't know why those are going on and off. Dandelions are one of the things. She makes green salads out of the leaves. She cooks soups out of them. She talked about making potato stuff. So things like that, like during the Depression, they knew how to survive.
Yeah.
You just
You
have
ever
to.
had dandelion wine?
I've never had that. Is it good?
It's awesome.
Is it really?
Oh my gosh.
Because dandelion soup is disgusting.
Really?
I never had that.
It is. It tastes like a dandelion. It's not good. It's bitter.
How do you know even what a dandelion tastes like? Because I don't just go around eating dandelions.
I did as a
but-
kid.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Interesting. The other thing is to at least learn how to grow a few things, like things that will sustain you. Like potatoes are fairly easy to grow.
I'm not good at
Potatoes are
growing
good.
things. I don't have a green thumb.
Yeah, but anybody can grow stuff eventually if you have to, you know. So those are kind of things, you know. If for some reason this Halloween, you know, you don't, I guess, get any spells put on you, you may want to think about preparing for the coming.
Or instead of buying the 2 skeletons that are hanging from the roof so that they can see into your upper story window, which I thought was really clever. But I'm like, how much time and money did you spend on that?
That's a lot.
Buy a K-bar instead.
Buy a K-bar instead. Yeah.
What is a K-bar?
Knife.
It's got a pokey thing on it, don't it?
No, I mean there's all different.
Well, doesn't the K-bar mean it's a
K-bar
hand,
is
it's a
just
hand tool, right?
It's just a brand.
Is it a brand?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it actually meant it was a type of hand tool.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know, probably
Dude,
deodorant.
get the Rambo one with the matches in the back of it.
Yep.
Matches in the fish hook and the fishing line. I wanted one of those so bad when I was a kid.
And here's my
And the
theory.
compass on the top.
Yeah. Here's my theory. Just tell me if you think this is good or not. But we have some extra stores of deodorant. And the reason for this is that the one who smells the best will probably get chosen to lead everybody else.
Yeah, you're probably right. And is fashionably dressed, so make sure you have some hipster clothes
Yeah.
on.
And I do have those new shoes that I got
Yeah.
for $15 at Costco.
Wear that whole outfit you had on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would get yourself some essential oil stuff too,
I would
right?
get. Listen, buying soap. I have bought soap. It's not funny.
Yeah.
Soap is very important.
It
in life.
is. Yeah. Cleanliness is next to godliness.
That liposomal thing was a score.
So, did you find it beneficial?
I did.
See,
It helped
Brian,
with my whole.
He didn't
Yeah,
get the
it
the
does.
Mercola stuff though.
you didn't buy the Mercola one?
No, I bought the cheaper one.
Loser.
Yeah.
She bought the Mercola one.
Sorry, I gotta move out.
Brian hurt his back. It hurt Brian's back.
I would just hold it, Bri.
We're almost done. So, yeah. I about got my garage situated. So,
That's good.
about time to go through the things.
That's good.
About time to take inventory of like
Hey,
guitar strings,
right.
amplifiers. Make sure you got everything you need
Yeah, that's
for
good.
the show, for the dance.
So you can honky tonk someone.
So you can honky tonk. That's right.
No, that's good.
Hey, congratulations! You got married last week.
I did.
So you're a married man.
I am off the market.
Off. As opposed to you were on
No, I was
until
never.
last Saturday.
Yeah, I was never on, but it's official.
No, that's cool. It's awesome. That's good.
Yeah, it's good. Feels good.
Was it a fun day? A good? Did you guys get rain?
In the morning, but then it was weird, dude. It just cleared up and it was beautiful and everything worked out great.
That's awesome. Good.
Crazy.
It's fantastic. Good.
Yeah.
Really great.
Yep.
So now you have free time.
I don't. I'm still tired.
You are?
Yeah, I am beat.
Those wedding plans, really.
That and I got kind of sick that last week and I thought I was going to die.
Oh.
Saturday, I didn't even...
Did you have a disease that we're not mentioning?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fever?
Low
Super,
grade.
super tired?
Not super tired.
Okay.
I had maybe a day or so of body aches and mainly just this nasal thing,
Yeah.
and it went down and kind of into my lungs.
Yeah. So I think that's the thing.
You
Is
got the
it?
funk?
I think he had it.
Could have.
But the
I tell you what,
liposomal C.
Yeah,
Wow.
that helped, and I worked every day through that stuff.
Good.
So I don't know how it totally wipes people out, but it
Well,
sucked.
if you're fat diabetic like myself, you sleep for like 3 days in a chair, but then you go back to work.
Yeah, it sucked, but if that's what the bad cookies are, and I'll eat them all the time.
Well, I guess, yeah, bad cookies.
That's what we should call from now on.
Bad cookies. That's
The
good.
bad cookies.
The bad cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the bad cookies are.
And then you wash it down with some horse medicine. It makes it all go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the Joe Rogan with Sanjay Gupta? Wasn't that fun?
Yeah, and Sanjay Gupta, it's interesting that
Really hung him out like a punching bag
He
when he
did.
got back to CNN.
he did. And you know what, Sanjay Gupta, when he was in the interview, he kept going, when Rogan would bring stuff up, instead of him saying, yes, that's true, he goes, that's concerning. Boy, that is concerning.
Right.
Yeah, it's concerning. That's
Right.
what he kept saying.
He didn't commit to much.
No. Not
He
at
did
all.
not commit to much. Dude, if you're having an interview with somebody like that, just tell him to take off. He
Yeah.
was there. He was there. He went there to go see if he could steer that ship around,
Yeah, and he didn't.
and he didn't.
So if you are interested, go to, and you might not like the language because Rogan tends to drop a lot of heavy language, but if you watch the Rogan interview with Sanjay Gupta, I think you will see how the media is driving false narratives all over the place.
terrible.
Alex Jones is running a whole bit. It's like 2 minutes long of just stories of him taking horse medicine.
Whatever happened to David Icke?
Well, he's a spiritist anyway. I mean,
I think the
New
the
age.
world doesn't have room for his weirdness right now.
Yeah.
The
He
world-
was on to some stuff.
well, he was onto some stuff, but I think it was more demonic.
Hillary Clinton could still be a lizard person.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. She could.
But he's kind of a one-trick pony in that way.
Yeah.
And then he throws in some new age, and then there you go.
Right. That's one of the things where, I get Alex Jones, like he brings a lot of different people on, different perspectives, which is, I guess, fine. But he always claims to know Christ, and yet he dabbles with these people as if they're gospel. Like, and I struggle
I
with
think
that.
you take it the wrong way.
I think I do too, but I struggle with it.
I think his ability to evenly let someone come to the table and talk about what they believe bothers
No,
you.
no, not to talk what they believe, but the fact I think that he accepts it or seems to accept it, almost
That's
like
what I'm telling you.
like
It's the
pluralism.
same.
It's like pluralism. though.
Okay, so if I was
So if a Catholic came
If-
and said, it's
if a
Mary,
Catholic came and did the whole thing, and I just went, okay, I hear what you're laying down. Yeah, all right. That doesn't mean that I'm like, yeah, tell me more about this Mary thing. I'm getting a book, and I'll be signing up for your deal tomorrow.
yeah, I know, but here's the problem though. If your viewers, he's got millions of viewers, right?
Yeah,
So literally, people are going, Alex Jones likes the idea of Mary being equal to Jesus.
then they're stupid.
But how are they stupid? Because he's not telling them any different.
He does all the time. He talks about Jesus Christ and being
Well,
the Lord of the universe.
so do the Muslims. The Muslims talk about Jesus.
But I mean, he talks about the okay.
I
I
get it.
think now you're just being unfair to Alex Jones because he
I like Alex Jones, other than when he.
I
gets
think
into
that
his
he
rants.
very much enough. Yeah, no, he is like a. That's
don't.
part of the fun, really. Just
I don't
watching him
know.
go on and on. My wife can't stand it either. Makes her skin crawl. I love it when his head is exploding and he is just shaking and doing crazy things. I think it's funny.
That's
Or
right.
when he's really stoned.
when he's really stoned.
Yeah, and again, I mean,
When he comes in with his red eyes.
Yeah. Let me tell you, Joe.
Hey, listen. All I know is the guy who's right 80% of the time. Probably should keep him on your radar.
no, I get it, and he's just a man. And
Yeah, I'm not worshiping the guy.
No, and I'm not. And again, when I say he's just a man, I don't mean like, okay, so he could know Jesus, and he just.
And I've heard him bat back at like David Ikes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He'll Christianese something that David Icke says.
Gotcha.
Maybe
Is
that's
he
what
too,
you don't like.
Is he too like vulgar for you?
Oh no, no. I just sometimes I feel like he's not strong. If he's truly a follower of Jesus, I feel like he's playing the fence with a lot of these pluralistic.
He's also
ecumenical-
straightforward and tells you like, I do this wrong all the time. I'm not a pastor.
Yeah. Well, but then he's totally against the church. He's like, if your church isn't doing this, then they're part of the establishment.
Because most of them are.
Okay, well, but then some of the people he has on there, it's almost like you going, well, they're part of the establishment too. Like he called out Ben Shapiro last night because he said that he's part of the establishment.
He is.
Okay, I get it.
But I
He
mean,
probably
that's
is.
because he is. Now, listen, I have not been watching Ben Shapiro as much because he went as far. So he did a critique on what's the new Korean show? I told you about it, where they play kids games and they kill people. Like when the year will be eliminated. Squid Game, the new movie Squid Game. Okay, he did a critique on it.
Yeah.
And at the end of his critique, he goes, and then there's stuff out there that's really this is Ben Shapiro. Now I'm kind of doing Alex Jones, but Ben Shapiro, he's like, and then they're trying to tell me that there's some kind of weird subplot where they're harvesting organs and selling them. Oh, he goes, I don't know what that's all about. No, that happens. That happens in real life, especially in China, the Asia countries.
Mm-hmm.
Like those things happen.
Right.
And yet he's like, I don't know what all that is.
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro's read and seen enough stuff to
Right.
know that that's a thing.
Right.
So don't sit there and go, I don't know what that is. Because it's a conspiratorial topic that you can plainly read about anywhere.
Right.
That's what I think he means.
Yeah.
Because when it comes, rubber to the road, he seems to let you down.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, even like how many times, like, and obviously this is some kind of a stunt, but how many times has he had evangelical Christians on his Sunday show interviewing them, and yet he's sitting there going, I don't believe a word you're saying about this Jesus.
Yeah.
But yet he's giving them a platform to talk. And that's one of the things, like with Alex Jones, I'm like, okay, he's giving people a platform to talk, but I'm like, well, what's the deal? Is he exposing things? See, I never know how to take Alex Jones because I'm like, is he part of it or is he exposing it or what, what's
I
going
really
on?
think a lot of Alex Jones is a friend of my, or an enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Gotcha.
I think he's taking some of that. Because
That's awesome.
there's truth to that.
Yeah. We are living in some strange days, I'll tell you that.
Alex Jones might want to come on.
I don't think he'll be on our
I
show.
don't know. Unless we have some alcohol.
He's pretty heavy hitter.
Cigars.
It's all
You
right.
think? He might want
He's running
something.
his own network.
He might want something.
He's
like
running
this.
his own network on very expensive supplements that you just said one of them is an organic, even though he tells everybody it's
It's
organic.
not. So what he might come on. Have you seen him on that one weird show with the? I don't even know the name of it now, but there's these weird guys.
We got to
sitting
have
around.
followers. We have to have viewers. I'm sorry to the 1, 2. Well, we had 3 viewers. Thank you for viewing. I think we have to have a couple thousand.
Yeah, he was on one guy's show, and literally, there were like 4 guys sitting around. It looked like they were having a bong party. That's like the whole feel of the room, and they're sitting there talking literally.
Bong party?
Yeah, they had bongs sitting on the table and just different stuff all around the room. It just,
It's kind of like
it's the new thing, I think.
it's kind of like Tupperware, but you're selling bongs.
Yeah.
It's bong.
And he's on the show, but to be honest, he's like the most articulate and intelligent guy there, and these other guys just seem like a bunch of doofuses, and they're asking him questions, and then he starts talking, and then you're like, please just let Alex talk because you guys don't even know what you're asking half the time.
Yeah, but there's 2,000 people that got to possibly join his viewership.
Yeah.
They're like, we're going to look up this guy.
I don't know. He might want to. If you send him a picture of that orange couch and let him know that he could sit in it.
You could, if you
I'll-
want him to
I'll
come to
email
Ohio.
him.
You want him to come to Ohio?
Why not?
I don't think he's leaving Texas.
Oh.
I think those Texas boys they're hiding out already. They're
Yeah.
already sitting in the corners with their guns.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people going there.
I know. Yeah.
Well, if states start seceding, that's probably one of the places to be.
I would say.
What are we talking all this sad stuff about the world falling apart and the end coming.
We could talk about Halloween again.
Nah, we'll talk about the end of the world. It's better.
We should wrap this up.
Yeah, I think we're about done today.
All right. Well, next week, the Jews and their lies.
That's Martin Luther's book, The Jews and Their Lives.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll talk a little bit about that. Ralph will enjoy that.
He also liked what's his name? Not Dortmunder.
Bonhoeffer.
There's a Bonhoeffer guy.
Yeah. And that's an Eric Metaxas. And Eric Metaxas was hosting a very large event this past summer, and he had Alex Jones open on a Sunday for him and almost preach a message. Do you remember that?
Wait, what?
Eric Metaxas. You don't remember that?
No, what?
I think Eric was hosting some kind of a big event. It was an outdoor event this past summer.
Okay.
And then on a Sunday, Alex came and was a guest speaker, and Alex literally preached. I mean, he preached like the gospel almost, like Jesus Christ was everywhere, and he wasn't swearing. And he was going to town.
That was before the January 6th thing.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah. Which, that's a big thing too. Tucker
Oh, then that wouldn't be this past summer.
Carlson is doing something about getting rid of the Patriots
Okay,
on Fox Nation. I think I'm gonna rent this Fox Nation just to watch this thing.
really?
Yeah, because it's basically talking about we had to bring our helicopters back from Afghanistan because we're gonna turn them on the American right.
What?
Yeah, and that the 6th was a false flag to get this party started. Because after that, you had Biden coming out saying the biggest problem in America to be afraid of is white racists. Yeah,
Which is
us.
us.
Yeah, what's great because we can't get out of it. That's what's wonderful about not existential racism, but what is it? Systematic. That's what's great about systematic racism. We can't get out of it. We're stuck there. Yeah, but maybe we could talk about that with Martin Luther next week. Maybe
Yeah.
Something to
Because I don't think he was racist.
talk with our military expert.
Yeah.
You don't think he was racist?
Martin Luther, no.
No.
He taught people how to get saved.
Urinary tract infection.
He probably did have a urinary tract infection.
All right.
We're out of here.
We're out of here.
Have a good weekend and take care of your back and get your vitamin D.
Take care of your back. It'll take care of you.
It will. And make sure you get your vitamin D, your vitamin C, your zinc, and your...
Hydroxychloroquine.
Garlic.
Oh, I just killed the video.
You did. We're done.
All right, we're out. Go ahead. You finish out your thought.
Well, we got an error report.